What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nerdicane here doing another video, comic review. There's Buddy Boo. He's going to help me out with this as much as he can because, he's a cat. He can't read or talk. He just does he can barely meow. He does this like little when he wants something. But he doesn't want anything right now. But what I want you guys to go out and get this comic book. This thing moves about 5,000 a month. It deserves more. This story is so friggin' good, dude. Okay, so this is my baby. This is the one I did an elevator pitch yesterday for it. This is my baby. Yeah, so I thought it was an allegory. It was an allegory for, I think it was an allegory for immigration in Europe. How there's a problem in Europe right now with the foreign presence, i.e. the aliens, as in this book, coming into Europe, and they have a different set of values, and they see other life forms, and they see laws differently than the residents of Earth / Europe do, and a lot of problems come from that. So it's been following these two agents right here, these two guys, who will probably be played by Keanu Reeves and I don't know. I can't think of anybody who would play him very well in the movie version of this. But all these episodes, credit where credit's due. Sorry about that. All these episodes start off with this interview, and you start to see more and more in the interview that this is a bad deal that we've gotten into with the consortium, which is the company, the aliens. And this one is this exchange right here is very, very pointed. I don't want to spoil it. It's very pointed as to what's been going on here. So this that we're reading here and watching here is what's going on. And it's actually, this is going on, but it's also the subject of the interview going on. I don't want to spoil what was said in here at all. But it's the subject of the interview going on here. And you get all the information here. But when you get into the interview here, all of the sound has been redacted from that tape that they just watched. So all they have to do is all they can do is pull facts and speculation from things that they glean from the video with no audio. So they have sort of a different take here on it. This is the most pointed this interview has been. And this interview, like from the beginning, and in issue 1, you're like, whatever. I don't know why they're doing this interview. But as this story has progressed, it's built up, and this is becoming more pointed, and this is becoming more of a jagged exchange, and this dude's getting fastballs thrown at him. This isn't like when a journalist was interviewing Hillary Clinton. This is like fastballs coming right at you. I'm gonna throw a slider, high and tight slider. You're gonna have to duck out of the way. So, hang on, sorry. I can't turn the page. This is all I can do. This is just gonna be a quick vid. Sorry guys, that's all I can do on this one. I don't want to spoil it. I want you guys going out and buying this. This is a really good story. This is a really good sci-fi with sort of a relation to Earth. And you see a little bit of allegory of immigration in Europe. You see a little bit dealing with corporations, and when corporations need a resource from a third world country, sort of the things that happen, sort of the things they deal with. This also deals with, on another level, this thing has so many layers to it. This story has so many layers to it, and this is why I recommend it, and this is why I think it's such a tragedy that this is getting overlooked in the comic book industry right now. This even touches on Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking said, years ago, he said that encounter, first contact with an advanced spacefaring civilization could be very disastrous for us, because it would be very similar to when the Europeans came to the New World, North America, and they encountered more people here, a civilization here that was completely separated and completely isolated. Technologically, they were generations behind. But the truly terrible thing was there was a cultural difference. We, the Europeans, had a concept of ownership. They had concepts of money. The Native Americans really didn't, and that was a problem. They also, since they had been so isolated for so long, they didn't have the immunities that the Europeans had, the Western Europeans had, and it's really, it's a tragedy of history, and it's a tragedy of circumstance, of evolution and migration. That was, it was sort of a chemical warfare, but it was really just going one way. I don't think the Europeans really had much to worry about disease-wise from the Native Americans. The Native Americans had a lot to worry about from the Europeans. But Stephen Hawking warned about this. Is if we found, I think it's the Voyager probe that has recordings from Earth, and it has a map on how to get back to us. And even when they sent that out in the 70s, a lot of physicists and a lot of experts were saying this is a bad idea, because if it's found, then an encounter can happen, but we don't have control of the encounter. We don't know who's found it. We don't know their intentions. We don't know their history, what they've done, and they're just going to find this map and say, "Oh, hey, there's life here. Let's go do blank whatever we've done in the past to other civilizations that we found to them, be it good or bad." But that's the level of this story. I'm sorry, I rambled on that a lot, but that's really one of the more interesting things that this story has kind of glanced on, and it's done it very well. It's not overly, it's not heavy-handed in the way it's done it. So this is Port of Earth by Zack Kaplan. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy on Twitter. Very good with the fans. Andrea Moody? I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered that, man, or ma'am. I don't know. But this is a really good book. This is an Image book, Top Cow book. Doesn't get a whole lot of press, but it is a spectacular story so far. But that's all I got for this one. Go out and get it. Move the needle on this one. I love this story. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, that's all I got. I'm Nerdicane. You can hit me here. You can hit me on Twitter. Thanks for watching. If you like this, hit a like, hit a subscribe, and have a good day.